Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry.
Taylor Swift's unexpected visit to the New Heights podcast studio on Wednesday, February 12th, and Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's startled reactions. As Jason shared a humorous story about their early football days on the New Heights podcast, Travis Kelce leaned back in his chair and laughed heartily. The brothers were talking about the games over the weekend and NFL rumors in a laid-back atmosphere in the studio. Neither of them anticipated that in a matter of seconds, an unforeseen circumstance would cause the studio door to suddenly open, causing the entire space to erupt in excitement. Jason Kelce, who is well known for his humor and loudness, fell silent abruptly. Travis's eyes widened almost incredulously at what he saw. Taylor Swift, wearing casual jeans and a loose sweater, walked into the room grinning broadly. "Whoa! It's unbelievable!" The first to respond was Jason, who got to his feet while rubbing his eyes as though he were having a dream. Just now, Taylor Swift entered our studio. Travis, who was typically the more composed one in these circumstances, was unable to conceal his bewilderment and laughed while awkwardly scratching his head. "Whoa, Jason, you told me nothing," Taylor chuckled as he approached the two brothers. "Jason is not at fault. I organized it myself. I wanted to give him a small surprise." The room's atmosphere rapidly became more vibrant than before. Jason excitedly invited Taylor to join him for a podcast segment and pulled out a chair for her. For New Heights, this could be a landmark occasion. Should I give this episode a new title? Taylor assumes control. Travis just sat there staring at his girlfriend with a mix of pride and surprise as Taylor burst out laughing. Throughout the recording, the three of them laughed and joked while discussing football, music, and untold behind-the-scenes tales. Jason jokes at the end of the podcast, "Perhaps we'll have another surprise next week. Who knows? Beyoncé, perhaps?" Taylor chuckles as Travis shakes his head and declares that nothing in New Heights can be predicted. Jason Kelce lost control of his emotions when he heard his younger brother Travis Kelce discuss proposing to Taylor Swift for the first time in the new Kelce Brothers podcast. Wearing a backward hat and a graphic hoodie, Travis Kelce sat in the studio grinning broadly and seemed ecstatic as he discussed this significant occasion in his life. As he recalled the significant occasion with one of the world's most well-known musicians, Taylor Swift, he was unable to contain his happiness. "Well, Travis, tell me the truth. How much did you spend on that ring?" Jason asked. Travis grinned with pride. "What am I supposed to say? For her, it was worthwhile." "Oh, what size diamond?" asked Jason. "Which style is it?" Travis grinned, looked down, and gave his head an awkward scratch. "I took a long time to choose this ring, you know. In addition to being lovely, I wanted it to mean something to Taylor." When Jason noticed that his brother was truly emotional, he was silent for a while and his eyes gradually grew more serious. "So what's so special about it?" Jason said, his voice lowering. Travis's eyes sparkled as he grinned a little. "Taylor loves classic items with a backstory, so I went with a vintage diamond. I also engraved a little symbol inside the ring that only the two of us could decipher." After giving Travis a long look, Jason inhaled deeply. As though trying to contain his tears, he blinked a few times. Jason was unable to speak as his voice became stuttering. "I mean, it's AT&T." Travis chuckled, but his smile softened when he realized how emotional his brother was. "You know, this should have a worthy ending," Travis remarked. "She's really sincere, Taylor, and I can't disappoint her." Jason placed his hand on the bridge of his nose and bowed his head in an attempt to relax. He looked up a moment later, pride shining in his eyes. "Oh, that's great," Jason said in a trembling voice. "Well done. I've been waiting all this time for that. Finally, it has come to pass." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Jason quickly collected himself. Jason wiped his eyes and grinned mischievously as he slapped his hands on the table. "All right, so we're gonna let Taylor write a song about that now, Taylor? Who knows?" said Travis with a laugh. "This is definitely not going to be to her liking." The two Kelce brothers then burst out laughing. "Hello, Travis. I've heard that you recently had a truly unique experience in the studio." Travis chuckled uncomfortably as Jason said this with a cunning smile. "God forbid! How did you find out?" Travis looked perplexed and scratched his head. Jason's eyebrows shot up in amusement at once. "Is that accurate then? Don't tell me that Taylor's new album is finished." Travis shook his head and laughed. No. No, I never imagined Taylor would want that to occur, but perhaps I did something to help." Jason was even more intrigued by Travis's evasive statement. What does a little mean to you? What part do you play in Taylor's next album then? Travis chuckled without giving away too much. Indeed, this is a secret. You and the audience will recognize a very, very familiar sound in my matches once the album is released. Jason responded like a devoted fan right away. I promise that I will go crazy if Taylor allows you to read lyrics or serve as a backup vocalist on the album. All right, guys, I know you've been waiting to hear this, said Travis, beaming. In addition to meeting with the members of the album production team, I got to go into the studio with Taylor. Jason's eyes widened instantly and he leaned back in his chair and let out a loud laugh. I can't believe it's true. Oh no? Could you elaborate? Travis shook his head and laughed. No. I simply watched her write and record while standing outside. It's crazy, I must say. You know, Taylor is a genius. Everything about her writing, including the arrangement of each melody and drum beat, is so well thought out. Jason slammed his hand on the table and laughed even harder. So, are you just standing there like a crazy fan, or have you tried singing? Travis fought mystery with a shrug. I may have tried a few lines, you know. With a gasp, Jason leaped from his seat. Oh my God, please don't tell me that Travis Kelce is a song! Fans, however, took note of Jason Kelce's response in Taylor's rendition. When his younger brother talks about his love, Travis's older brother, who has always been regarded as strong and somewhat humorous, Jason made an effort to remain composed at first, but his eyes eventually became red in a moment of emotion. More than just a brother, Jason pressed his hands to his face to try to stop the tears from streaming down. Travis has always viewed Jason Kelce as a close friend and mentor. Soon after the NFL season concluded, Swift and Kelce went on a private vacation together, but they were never seen together again after they returned to the United States. On Monday, Donna shared a video of the two traveling to a car in Park City, Utah on Instagram. Kelce is seen in the video holding a car door open for Swift. Kelce climbed in behind her after she got into the car. The Philadelphia Eagles' 40-22 thumping of the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl was utterly devastating for Kelce. Even though he thought about retiring following that defeat, Kelce will play in his final NFL season in 2025. He stated on the New Heights podcast, I think the biggest thing is that I love playing the game of football. I enjoy playing. I still believe I'm capable of playing it well, perhaps even better than I was the year before. It wasn't my best outing, in my opinion. Given my history and my behavior in previous years, I believe I have let my guys down far more times than I have helped them. I want to make a good effort at it. Despite how well I was playing and how accountable I was to those around me, I still feel bad about how I ended last year. I consider Kansas City to be home now, and I love a lot of people there, both inside and outside of that facility. I'd rather not leave that life just yet. I worked very hard and focused very hard on being the best version of myself for KC. We didn't have a good ending last year. I just feel like I have an obligation to fulfill the terms of the contract I signed, which is to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization my all. I'm going to do that, man. Swift's strong support for Kelce is one of the reasons he might be prepared to continue playing. He remarked, I'm enjoying every part of life. Having all the support I could ever want in the stadium, along with that confidence and comfort off the field, makes me extremely happy.